We got your back. On the real, we stand on that. On the real, bring the facts. On the real, with K and Mac. On the real, we got your back. On the real, we stand on that. On the real, on the real, on the real, on the real, with K and Mac.
This is on the Rebel K Mac. We got Mac going to sit down. He's going to start this segment off today. He's going to follow behind me.
How y'all doing, YouTube family? What's good? What's good, man? Y'all already know what it is. On the Rebel K and Mac. And we're here today, man, because we want to address the Nolan Wells situation. And me and my wife, we were scrolling on TikTok, and there's this lady, I think her name, she goes by Abracadabra MacDo, something like that. But anyway, we're going to show that video to you all, and let her teach you about Black history and racism here in America and what white people expect. But the situation with Nolan Wells, I mean, this situation is 2026, guys. This shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. And now there are two parents grieving over the loss of their child who didn't even have an opportunity to finish school, get to build a future for himself and build a legacy, and what knows, I mean, who knows what he could have been, you know? But let's talk about this racism thing, man. I mean, if white people can get on TikTok and teach us the truth about how you all feel, then why are we still acting like racism doesn't exist today? I really want to know. How do you feel about that, baby?
To my Black community, why are we still acting like we're not, still caught up in actually being, not my word sign, but actually just being in the situation that we're in right now. I mean, why is there so much hate in the world? I don't understand why that, white people hate Black people so much. Because we know the truth. But it's time for us to wake up and realize what's going on in the world and how we have so much hatred. I mean, you send your son off to be with people that he's known for 3 years, and they just come back with your phone. I mean, I can imagine what the mom and the dad is going through with that situation. I mean, I'll go in there and imagine, because I have a son. So, and he's a Black son, he's a Black boy. So I can only imagine what these people have been through by losing their son because of hate. That's why we need to stand together and understand that racism do exist. We were slaves. We got to start from the beginning and understand that we were taught to hate, have jealousy. Our own kind, our own kind be killing each other. We need to stop all of this. But racism is a big thing in America right now, especially with Black people. We get racism from everybody. Spanish, what else? White people, Asians. We get racism everywhere we go. We can't even go in the store without somebody following us, like we're going to steal.
And that is simply because of the narrative that white America has painted of us for the last 500 years due to slavery. And no one wants to admit that this happened. We act like we talk about it, but we truly don't act like it happened. Like, our mentalities are not messed up. Like, we're not taught and trained to hate ourselves.
Yeah. And when me and Mac first got together, we was getting in arguments about this, because I would always say that, a Black person, the Black man and the Black woman could change the way they think. But when you really think about it, it's nothing but trauma. We've had trauma for over 1,000 years of people just hating us for no reason because our skin color, because we're different. We have so many amazing black people in this world, man. We are beautiful. There's nothing that we can't do. We made up most of the inventions that we have out here. And then, you know, a lot of times, I've noticed that white people don't do their own thing. They're thieves. They steal things from black people.
And that is the God heaven truth, man. And then the crazy thing is that, you know, they give us a scripture to read, they give us a book to follow, and the book talks about them. The same book that they give us, man, it basically incriminates them. You know, Jesus said that the devil was the prince of this world. This world that I live in is ran by white people.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, but I'm putting it out there. It's not ran by anyone else. I mean, our government is majority white. It's a handful of black people in our government here in the United States of America.
Yep. And they won't allow any black person to, you know, like Obama when he stepped into office, man. Look how they used that man. Look how great his hair was when he got out of office. For all the stress. You know, looked like he wanted to make a change for us, but he couldn't. They wouldn't allow him to do that. And what this lady talks about, she actually talks about how white people are jealous of black people.
And she clearly put it out there that they do not like to see us with joy. They hate to see us educated. They hate to see us doing anything that's not beneficial for them, because our purpose, according to her here in America, is to entertain you all. To entertain white people, to make sure that we benefit them. We can play your sports as long as we play the game. Can't own a team, but we can make music as long as we don't own the rights to it. As long as you have all the rights and the publishing to the music, so that you can make every penny off of it. But what do we have?
So my black queen, she talked about how white people are jealous of black women also. You gotta understand, you know, a black woman is a beautiful woman, man. She's beautiful. I mean, any race that sees a black woman, I mean, they can't stop looking. They can't stop staring. They can't stop loving us. So that's why I'm saying, you know, our sisters and brothers, man, we gotta stop being jealous of each other. We gotta band with each other. We gotta get on the bandwagon and understand where this world is coming to. And if we're not standing together, we're gonna have different races trying to fight us. Instead of us fighting each other, let's fight them.
So this is what we're doing. I made a video for you all on yesterday. It was a call for unity. And I'm simply doing that. I'm not just talking about us, black people. I'm talking about people of color all over the United States of America, man. If you're poor, you're underprivileged, you ain't even gotta be black. You can be poor white. We don't care. As long as you understand that only way we're gonna make it here in America or find peace here is for some unity. You know, our elected officials who we put in office, we mainly need to focus on those who run our city, the area in which you live in. Those are the officials that matter, because when we call ourselves going out to rock the vote and vote for the next president and the next senate and all that and the third, those votes don't matter, man, because those people are already chosen. Let's stop acting like we don't see that. What is the purpose of an electoral college? I'm just pointing out things that white people do here in America.
Yep, and God bless today. My mama talked about that all the time.
If the government is for the people and by the people, then our votes should be the only votes. The people.
The people.
Not an electoral college who decides who has the last say-so and appoints our president. Because if we want to be technical, Hillary Clinton won presidency. She beat her opponent.
Yes, she did.
By popular vote, which means vote by the people.
And then, you know, we got to understand something, that we need to go back in our history and understand that we are the first descendants. You know, everything came after us. So all the disrespect that white people are giving us, Chinese, Mexicans, they need to understand that we are the first descendants. So when you point at us and you know, you're doing all this hate comments, you're hating the person that really brought you here.
Yeah, you're hating the original.
You're hating the original.
And I can't say that, you know, I know that, you know, my bloodline is probably, you know, tarnished with European blood or whatever the case may be, but overall, I'm filled with melanin. So I represent that melanin. I represent my wide nose. You know, I represent my beautiful brown eyes, my nappy hair, whatever you want to call it, my dreadlocks. I represent that because that is me. That is my people. That is our culture. We are by nature the most compassionate people on this planet.
Yes, we are.
But we have been treated the worst
The worst.
here in America.
You
And
know,
it's still
our-
going on today.
Our ancestors, breastfed their babies, raised their babies, took care of their babies, cleaned their houses up, cooked their food. There's so many things that happen that a lot of young people don't know, so they don't realize where we came from and where we've been. So we have to teach our youth that, hey, situations happen in life, man. Situations gonna happen to where you never know what exactly where you're gonna be at. That white lady also touched on this. She said if she would have seen that young black man with all those white kids, she would have told him, hey, come here, let me talk to you real quick. That she already knew that exactly what they were gonna do. So we gotta teach our kids, to be mindful and watch out for things like that.
And
We
what's
don't want that to happen
crazy
again.
is that this lady pointed out that there have been many beautiful black children that have been murdered at the hands of white people in the great state of Mississippi.
Yeah, this is real touchy for Mac because he's from Mississippi, so I
It's-
wanted him to get this video out so he could actually touch base.
It's really crazy because I've experienced this since I was a kid. I'm 45 years old, so I'm not that old. But to see racism on that level, I can never think anything good about white people because I all seen worse. I seen the worst of you growing up in that state.
And I grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana, and it hid racism at the time, and I was
Sneaky.
They were very sneaky about it. They're very sneaky about how they move. Hearing his stories compared to mine are really different. So I have compassion and understand where he's coming from, because where he grew up at, it was really, really racist. They showed it to me. Down here, they didn't show that to me, and I went to school with all different types of people. So we're just coming on here to talk about that. And I wish the family well. I wish his dad and his mom well. I mean, there's nothing nobody can say to you when you lose a kid. I mean, that's your seed that came from you. So, my heart goes out to them. My condolences to them. We just wanted to make this video to have awareness to you guys and just have our opinion on it.
But I do want to touch bases on this as well. I want America to understand this. I'm talking to white America. I'm talking to us right now. I understood what Abraham Lincoln did. He never freed a slave, but he did separate us as a people. He separated us because he was a God-fearing man and he believed in karma. He knew it would come back and haunt them one day. He said you couldn't go. God's punishment will never go undone. It will always be carried out. So whatever you do to a person, believe that it will come back to you. And when it comes back to you, will you be able to handle it? That's the question. Because we all know right now that you all hate the day when it comes, because it will come, when we take over this land again and we run this world in peace. And we don't have to worry about anything from you. We ask you all simple things like reparations. Give us some money so we can go do for ourselves. We know a lot of us are not going to do anything but give it right back to you. But those of us who are smart enough not to, let us go and do our thing, man, and buy up some land, man, so we can be productive.
Yeah, that's what time things happen. But in all actuality, people
There's
don't
something
think
not to
like
fight for.
It is
It's
something
something
that
that
you
a
have to
lot of
fight for.
lives will be sacrificed for. But that's what we're afraid of. Afraid of dying for something that really means something. For your kids to have a better future, a legacy that doesn't have racism in it. For at least a couple thousand years. Until evil turns its ugly head again and rears up and they have to fight that injustice again. But give them that peace that they need, because that's what we're searching for, that's what we're fighting for, and we haven't got it yet. We haven't. A lot of us say that we do, but let's be real.
So we just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about that, because that's a serious subject right there. Sometimes it can be touchy, but you got to teach your kids, man. You got to teach your kids what our ancestors went through, what we going through, what the future holds, how we gonna work on being better people in the future. And, come together and stop all this nonsense, man. I talk to Tommy all the time. I am going to say this, that we rev up for white people killing black people, Chinese people killing black people. Never say nothing about blacks killing blacks. And it ticks me off when y'all do that. Because I feel like this. It should be the same uproar when a black man kills another black man.
And guess what, y'all? I'm not even disagreeing with her on that because I totally agree with her. We could walk around with picket signs all day long talking about a police officer, a white man killed a black kid, or a white man, police officer choked out a black man in the middle of the streets, or a black woman was raped by a white man. Whatever the case may be, we can hold up picket signs and walk around here and march and talk about justice. But we don't talk about the injustice that we commit on ourselves.
Nah, we don't.
We should be tired of living like niggas because the nigga, let's get this shit straight. And now I ain't mean to curse, I'm sorry. But a nigga is a machine. Let's get that straight. A nigga was created to work. That's what a machine does, right? Machine works, right?
Yeah, it does.
So anybody can be a machine. But to be an ignorant machine, that's what they developed in us. Ignorant machines. Niggas. Don't be that black man, black woman. Be what you were born to be. Kings and queens. That's what we're here for, man.
Yeah, let's just keep that same energy. When your cousin get killed by another black man, we should be out there protesting about that. We should teach our youth not to hate each other.
Love your skin.
Love
man.
your skin. Back in the day, it just was a fight. You win some, you lose one. You lose some, you win some. And y'all still remain friends, but you don't go get a gun and shoot that person. It makes no sense. That's senseless. And now you're sitting in jail for 20 years, 30 years because you took somebody.
In that man's system. And guess what? You're living like a barbarian. I know. I did 12 and a half years. And you're looking at a convicted felon. So the prison system doesn't help. You have to want to help yourself when you go to prison. You have to want to help yourself. Because they offer college programs and all kinds of stuff for you to take. All kind of courses that you could take. But you have to want it. And in most facilities, it doesn't exist. Because most facilities, especially here in the state of Louisiana, they're parish. They're detention centers. They're not prisons. They're not real correctional facilities. It's just a bunch of people in these poor-ass parishes coming together and building jails so they can make money in their parish. Because there's nothing to boost the economy.
You gotta learn from our lessons and understand what direction we going in. Now the veil is lifted. People are being truthful about how they feel about things. They're not hiding anything anymore. There's no more hiding. It's just really about truth. And it's how you handle your truth. And it's how you want to mature and level up to the next level and stop all this nonsense. Because that's what I call it. I call it nonsense. When you get a certain age, you understand that you go through different phases of life. You go through your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and your 60s. But if you still have the same mentality that you have, you never learn. You never learn. You have to be willing to learn.
And we have some of the most beautiful, talented children out here, man. I mean, I'm speaking about black people. I'm speaking about us, especially here in America. I'm not from Africa. I'm from America. But I am a descendant of Africans. So I don't call myself an African American. I am a black American. I'm an American. I'm an American of African descent. And when we understand that and stop acting like, thinking that we're from somewhere else and we're not, we're from here. You were born here. You were born and raised right here in America, whether it was in the South, whether it was on the East Coast, West Coast, or the North, it doesn't matter. You were born here. So you are an American. You are a true citizen because your people contributed to making America what it is. We built this bitch up, man. We built it up.
And white people need to understand something. You got niggas and you got black people. Stop treating the black people bad and recognize the niggas. To me, you got niggas in all different types of races. It ain't just black people. You got ignorant people in all different types of races. So we got to keep that in mind, man. Don't judge somebody on their skin tone. Don't never judge anybody on their skin tone. Sit down and talk to that person. Find out what they've been through. Find out their history. Stop being afraid of finding out about black people because you want to keep them. That word is suppressed. Am I saying that word?
Oppressed.
Oppressed. You want to make sure I say it. You want to keep us down here. We're trying to get up here. We're not trying to take nothing from nobody, man. Black people are the most beautiful, wonderful people you could meet in the world, man. We're gonna come into different shades of colors. We got all different type of personalities. So you guys are not willing to learn that. You're just looking at a skin color and you hate that person. It makes no sense to me. You got anything else you want to say, Mac?
Oh, no, not really. I just want to send another shout out to the family of Nolan Wells. And may that young man, may his soul rest in peace, man. May his soul be at peace, brother. Because we don't know what happened, but however it happened, I just pray that his soul is at peace and that his family gets the justice that they deserve for what happened to their son. You know, because they need to give an account for that. I don't care what nobody says. It's too many incidents. Mississippi need to give an account, especially y'all. You know, it's my home state, but y'all were the last ones to abolish slavery, man, because you refused. You didn't want to. And then you waited till I was in school to officially announce it in the 90s. And slavery was abolished in 1865. If I'm not mistaken. Come on, man. Let's be real. South still the South, y'all.
The South still the South. You know, we probably have another video coming out. Probably not tonight. We're gonna touch bases on what I've been working on Atlanta Street
interviews.
With Marcus. I talk about him because he's another black man that's just, you guys don't even know, man. We got homeless people out there. He's not really even trying to help.
Conversation.
So that's a conversation for another day.
Video.
But this is On the Road with King and Mac. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
And
We have more
don't
videos.
forget to share.
Please don't forget to share. We have more videos coming out to you guys. You know, we just want to come out and, you know, get our voice out there. Our people.
So in the famous words of my man, Roman Reigns, guess what? This is On the Road with King and Mac. Acknowledge us.
Out, man, out. Check out the shirts. You know? Got the shirts. Check out the banner. You know, I'm gonna move out the way with the camera so you guys can see it.
And we're gone.